Hi, I'm Kurt Summers, Chief of Staff to Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle, and this is Questions for Kurt. How did you meet President Preckwinkle, and how were you interviewed for the job? Can you tell us about what an average day in the office of the Cook County Board President is like? I met President Preckwinkle when she was an alderman. She was, in the community that I'm from, and I had met her a couple of times. We really got to know each other when I worked on Chicago's Olympic bid. Ironically, I think originally kind of on opposite sides of the table. She was representing a strong group of community interests, and I was working for the Olympic bid committee and trying to explain the value of the Olympic bid and the benefits to the community. We worked together on a memorandum of understanding with the community on behalf of the city and on behalf of the bid committee, and it would have been a great success. But it was fun to work with her on that. I didn't really interview for this job. I guess I got to know the president over a couple years, and she asked me to run her transition team, which I agreed to do. And the first task was to help her find the chief of staff. So as we looked around and tried to find people with the qualities that she wanted them to possess, the search narrowed and became focused on me. So she asked me to consider it, and after much discussion with my wife and my boss and some other folks, I accepted. Can you explain the process by which the budget deals were negotiated with the Cook County Sheriff and Cook County State's Attorney? Will these deals hold up and be a part of the final budget? I've been encouraged by the amount of work that the different staffs of the Sheriff and the State's Attorney and the other separately electeds have put into this. They know their offices very well, I think change is difficult for everybody, and much was made in some of those cases of how challenging it is to get to a point where everyone's able to move forward with a shared sacrifice. In this case, I think the staffs of the president and each of the separately elected officials worked hard. I mean, countless hours, nights, weekends to put this together because it's our responsibility. We are accountable to the people of Cook County, and we were able, thankfully, to come to resolution and find common ground in a budget that's fiscally responsible. I think as a result of going through this process, all of us can work closely together on major policy priorities outside of this budget going forward, and that's what I look forward to doing. How are you going to be able to balance the budget again next year? I think this is a great question. The president is obviously committed to the full repeal of the additional penny sales tax imposed by Cook County in the previous administration. And what that's going to mean in the next couple of years is additional challenges to revenue. That revenue won't be there. It'll be in the pockets of the people of Cook County. And so as a result, we have to be innovative, we have to be creative, we have to be very thoughtful about the services that we provide to the people of Cook County. We have to be more efficient in providing those services. We have to find new ways to deliver those to people. We have to find inefficiencies where they exist and try and find consolidation and eliminate waste where possible. At the end of the day, what we're looking to do is like everyone in this country right now, is do more with less. So in the spirit of questions for Kurt, I'm looking forward to the weeks to come and more questions. I expect that as we approach our 100-day mark, there'll be more questions around, what do you plan to do for your first 100 days? What about that transition report that you guys issued back in December? So to those who are reviewing this, I'd say, have a look at this. Ask us questions about some of our plans. We've, in an effort to be transparent, we've put it all out there. And I think that if you spend some time looking at our transition report, looking at our 4 major objectives, you'll see a number of initiatives that may be of interest to you or could generate questions in the weeks to come.